following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What is up, everybody, and welcome into another episode of the Up-Tempo Podcast. I'm your host, Blake Lane, here tonight with my co-host, Dustin Smith. And Dustin, we have a very special guest with us tonight, man.
Yeah.
Your starting first baseman for the Auburn Tigers, Mr. Cooper McMurray. Coop, man, how you doing tonight? And we really appreciate you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me. I'm doing good.
That's awesome, man. Hey, I know you got dinged up over the weekend, man, but we hope to get you back out there. You were really getting into your groove, man. You were swinging it well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. A little unfortunate, but, we got one of the best trainers in the country helping me get back on my feet, so shouldn't be too long now.
That's awesome, Coop. Well, man, look, I wanted to start this thing out tonight with look, I know you come from Kansas, man. You played there and you got in the portal and you chose Auburn as your destination, man. And could you just walk us through that whole transition from Kansas to Auburn, and what was it about this coaching staff and ultimately just the university as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a nerve-wracking thing because, like, I didn't know what the ultimate, like, end would be to it because, some of my teammates from KU were saying, we kind of want to try something new and do something else. And I was kind of thinking the same thing. And so, kind of entered the portal and was just kind of going to see what happened. And a couple of days later, I got a message from Coach Nonamaker, and, it kind of took off from there. And we just started talking on the phone every now and then. And it was still during their season. So it was pretty cool to be able to, like, talk to him on the phone and be like, okay, I'm going to watch the regional game tonight. Mm-hmm. And actually, the first game I turned on, it was the first inning of the opening day of the regional, and Auburn was already up like 10-0. And then I was like, well, I think they got this one in the bag. So it was pretty cool. And and then further on in the summer, I got down on a visit, and just loved everything about it. And it just felt like home right when I stepped on campus. And, Coach Thompson and Coach Gross and Coach Nonamaker all had something to do with that. And, I wanted to come to a very good baseball program, but also a program that would help me grow into an adult and a man. So that was one of the big parts of it. And my parents also loved it. So my dad actually calls it Fansville, like the Dr. Pepper commercial. You know what I'm talking about? Like, Auburn's Fansville. So it's a special place, and I couldn't be more glad to be here.
Well, man, we are just glad to have you. I was up for the Indiana series, man. Got to see you get your first hit in an Auburn uniform, man. And Coop, I wanted to ask you this. All right, I'm big on cage work, and I wanted to get your mentality when you go in the cage. What are some of the drills that you do, and just your mindset when you get inside the cage, man?
Coach Gross always says the little things make the big things. So when I go into the cage, I like to start small and, hit off the tee. A bunch of people have a problem with players hitting off the tee nowadays, but I always think that it kind of sharpens the mind and just lets you see the ball and be able to keep your head on it the whole time. So I do that. I like to do the one arm drills. So just kind of breaking everything down into little segments. And then after I do some of those, kind of get like a wood bat or like a heavy bat and get into it. And kind of just it's kind of like a refresh every time you step in the cage. Like, all right, yesterday was over. Today's something new. Let's get after it, pretty much. Yeah. Like, just trying to hone the skills every day.
Yeah, man, I love that answer. So when you get done with your tee work and you go to the game, and your mentality, man, when you step in the box, all right, what is your mentality? Do you want to attack the first pitch? Do you stick to the scouting report? How do you attack an at bat?
I think the scouting report is a big thing because it kind of gives you like an edge, and the pitchers all have scouting reports too. So
yeah.
It's kind of all about, sticking to it and, sitting on the fastball and reacting to anything else, especially before you have two strikes. And, for a big guy like me and kind of knowing my identity is like with less than two strikes, it's kind of like do damage in the gaps, get some, I can hit on an extra base hit or, just get into scoring position, help the team. And then with two strikes, it really all just comes down to a battle. It's you versus the pitcher. And it's basically who's going to give in first. And, I always try not to be that guy. But, obviously sometimes that happens. It's baseball. But, it's kind of just knowing every at bat you go into is a different one, and kind of attacking the pitcher and, trying to beat him.
Yeah. Yeah, Coop, great answer, man. I love to hear that. And I want to switch over to the defensive side of things, man. You're a hell of a defensive first baseman, man. What are some of the things that you can tell some of these young guys that listen to this podcast? How do you grow as a defensive first baseman, man?
I think for me personally, it's all about, being able to help the team. And, there's nothing more special for me than when, like, say Cole makes a great play in the 6 hole and has to one hop it to me, and being able to go down and scoop it out of the dirt. And, because that's a highlight play. So just letting Cole have that, or any of the infielders really, and just, being a team guy. And, it kind of all starts with the footwork and being on your toes, never on your heels, just kind of letting instincts take over and being able to react and do whatever's needed.
Well, Coop, man, I got to ask you, all right, this team looks closer than ever. I've said that you guys look even closer than last year's team, and it looks like you guys are having fun. I know we're early in the season, man, but just how close is this team, and how far do you think this team could actually go, man?
It's a special group of guys, man, and it's all about the leadership in the dugout and in the clubhouse. Like, you got guys like Case and Howell, Bryson Ware, Nate LaRue, Bobby Pierce, all those guys, man. In the fall, it's kind of nerve-wracking meeting all the new guys, but we kind of all just hit the ground running, man. It's a fun group. There's never a dull moment. So it's really special. And the other question is, I think this team could be really special too. I mean, team chemistry is a huge part of success for me, and I think a lot of other people would agree with that, just because it's, in the dog days and week 7 of the SEC, you're gonna be tired, and everyone's gonna be tired, but it's grabbing your brothers to your left and right and being able to fight for them and really doing it for the other people and not yourself.
Love it, man. Love it, Coop. Well, look, man, my last question here before I kick it over to my co-host, Dustin, man. You guys just recently started an NIL club. Is that correct?
I think so, yes. I need to read more about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the.
So I went in and kind of read up on it, man, and subscribed to you guys because I'm all about supporting Auburn baseball. Yes, this program is just special to me, man. Could you just talk a little bit about, like, the NIL and what you guys are trying to do, and just just any way to help you guys in this baseball team?
Yes, sir. I mean, the NIL is it's a special day in collegiate athletics, and I think that the NIL can help many different people in different ways. Like for baseball, I know Coach Thompson always talks about the 11.7 scholarships and being able to pay our rent for the month or doing whatever it takes. And I think I speak for the team, and we can't thank everyone enough for donating and helping us out. And I think as we go along with this whole NIL thing, it's going to become a real special thing. I think it already has for a lot of people. And, it's credit to other people, and we're really just grateful.
Man, it's awesome, Coop. I've always been a big supporter of you guys receiving anything that you possibly can, man. The things that you guys do. I know a lot of people only see the 3-hour game that takes place. They don't see all the extra work that you guys go through. Look, Texas A&M just played into the early hours of the morning last night and had to get up and go to class, man. I appreciate you guys, and I'm a proud subscriber to that NIL club, man. And Dustin, what you got, man?
I appreciate you being on with us, Coop. So Blake asked you about the cage work. How important is it to have something like the Josh Donaldson hitting lab at your disposal, where you can just go in and get that work in? How important are those facilities?
No, it's one of the more important things we have, and being able to go in there even with just one teammate and being like, want to feed each other off the machine, and there's 4 machines in there, and we can basically simulate at bats really, and we do a little 2-strike drill. So, and those pitches are nasty coming out of the machine, so it kind of it's kind of a little confidence booster if you hit one good, you're like, all right, I can do it. Let's do it. It's special though. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think I read where that pitching machine was like $10,000. So
yeah, those things are nuts.
Glad to hear that y'all are putting it to use, man. So we've got Southeast Louisiana this weekend, and I know you weren't on the team last year, but man, we smoked these guys in the regional last year, so I'm sure they're going to come in and be fired up to play. But after that, we're kicking off SEC play, man. How excited are you to finally get in that? And then, is there a stadium? Is there a team that you're looking forward to playing in?
I mean, every college baseball player would want to play in the SEC. I mean, that's one of the reasons I came here, is because it's the best college baseball you could get, and it's a 10-week schedule, and it's pretty gruesome. So I think we're all pretty excited to get there, and just kind of this weekend we're gonna kind of feel into it, and then next week we're gonna hit the ground running. And I'm excited to see what this team can do and what Coach Thompson can do for us. And he's the best, man. Coach Thompson is the best, and just I think as a group we're all ready to get into it.
Yeah.
Love that.
And I would probably say I'm looking forward to going to Ole Miss. I've heard some crazy stories about that stadium, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, probably pretty fired up for that Alabama series too, huh? First taste of a little Iron Bowl action.
Definitely. First taste of the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, y'all got to win that one. No pressure, brother. So you talk about, how fired up you guys are ready to go in there, man. And for the second year in a row, Auburn has picked preseason 7th in the West. And I know last year's bunch was pretty vocal about this. They made no bones about, okay, we'll show you something. Is that something you guys are talking about every day? Like, man, we're doubted again. I know you weren't on the team last year, but still.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely in the back of our minds. And personally, I kind of like it. I kind of like being the underdog and, going out and proving people wrong. I think that's probably more of what we're talking about, is proving people wrong. And, I think we're all excited to be able to have that chance to do that.
Well, Auburn fans love it because no matter the sport, brother, we thrive as the underdog. That's where we feel the most comfortable.
Exactly.
So this is my last one, buddy. And I haven't been yet. I'm going this weekend. So look forward to getting there and watching y'all play. And I know you got dinged up, so you might not be able to go. But I hear it on the broadcast, man. Can you explain the Walkout Song to me? What's going on there, dude? What is that, and what's going on right there?
There's a couple of reasons. So when I was a kid, my dad was my baseball coach, and actually, fun fact, me and Caden Green have known each other since we were like 8 years old. We played together growing up, and then we both went our separate ways after high school. And it's awesome to be back playing with him. He's one of my best friends, always will be. So he was my dad was our coach, and his big thing was, you got to play the game with joy and excitement, and it's a fun game. It's meant to be fun. So, or one of the reasons is just it kind of grounds me. It's just to, realize like, all right, you should be having some fun right now. Don't get too stressed. Just go out and see ball, hit ball, have fun. And the second reason actually is, so I have a very close family friend. And when we were in high school, she was 18. She tragically passed away on a ATV accident, and her parents and her family started a foundation called Be the Light. And so it's kind of in a special place to me. And that's actually the theme song for the foundation.
Okay.
Wow.
So for the fact of being able to be like, all right, let's have some fun, it's also kind of bringing awareness to her and showing the love that I have for their family. So, and I think that's a pretty big deal for me to be able to showcase that on a national stage and, bring awareness to that. So those are the two reasons.
Well, thank you for sharing that, brother. Blake, what you got, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Coop, man, I told you we weren't going to keep you long, man. But before we get out of here, we got to know what you like to do around Auburn, man. Now, look, and what do you like to do outside of baseball, man? So I'm gonna start it off here. Where's your favorite place to eat in Auburn, man?
For me personally, I love Taco Mama.
Taco Mama.
Me and my mom went there last night, actually, and so I think that place is awesome. It's a good vibe. It's good food, and it's pretty quick, so you can get in and get out. But it's probably one of the top restaurants for me.
Okay. Are you a Netflix guy or more of like a video game guy? Which one do you get after?
I'm a big movie guy, so I would say
big
Netflix, definitely. I've been getting my roommates to watch a bunch of movies with me lately. So,
What's that?
Netflix.
What's that top movie right now? What's that one that you've recently watched that got you?
We watched Rocky IV a couple nights ago. And
Okay.
That's an all-time for me.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with the Rockies, man.
Can't go wrong.
I got one, Blake.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Another music question, dude. Top Spotify artist. Who was
I think
number one
last
year?
year it was Drake.
Okay.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, and then I got a couple country artists in there. Zach Bryan, he's from Oklahoma, so I gotta represent him. Yeah, those would probably be my top two.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Drake had a lyric that said, "We're not in Kansas anymore," so I guess you kind of relate to that.
Yeah, exactly.
But Coop, man, last one I'll ask you here, brother, is outside of baseball, what is your favorite sporting event? We know Jordan Hare and everything, and Neville Arena, and we know what Suni Lee does with the gymnastic sides of thing, man. But just what's your favorite sport outside of baseball?
I played football all 4 years in high school, so I'd probably go with football. I mean, there's nothing better than a Saturday in Jordan Hare. I got to experience that firsthand in the fall, and first time I walked in that place, I was like, this is insane. And I think we sold out the stadium even when we were struggling, and it's just that goes back to the culture of Auburn and how if you love Auburn, Auburn will love you right back. So I think that speaks volume.
Yeah, man. Hey, what are the vibes on campus though with Coach Hugh Freeze, man? Is everybody excited?
Yeah, everyone's excited. We've been talking about it a lot in the locker room. I think that I think that team's going to be special, and they're putting in the work just like everyone else. But I think it's going to be an exciting year for football.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coop, man, we really appreciate you joining us. Dustin, do you have any final thoughts? Any words, man?
No, just get healthy soon, brother, and we appreciate you being on with us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me. This was a blast.
Yeah, man, Coop, we appreciate it, and we'll leave y'all with a War Damn Eagle. We will catch you on the next one. We are out of here.